In this plus sign, one of my favorite features is at the bottom where it says reuse a post. Any work that you've created on Google Classroom, whether it's within this classroom or any other classroom in the past, always saves so that you can reuse that material again. Top left, there's a back arrow, and you can go into any classroom that you've made, even if it's been archived. So you can archive a class so it disappears kind of from your dashboard. You can even dig into classes from years ago and reuse posts. I'm going to jump into a class I created yesterday for a training session and grab this student essay example, reuse. And now I'll be in my editing window, just like I would when I'm creating assignment, but it's already auto-populated with all of that instruction, as well as the assignment that I used in the past. So title, instructions, at the bottom here where it says add, this is where you're adding the content for your assignment. You can search directly through YouTube if you want them to watch a video. You can upload a file from your computer if you have like a PDF you want them to look at. You can attach a link. A couple people have mentioned, additional websites, things like Newsela or Khan Academy. If you're having them do work in a different program, I always recommend creating an assignment for it in Google Classroom and linking to it here. So the instructions might say something like, do your 30 minutes of Khan Academy, and then give them that link. So Google Classroom becomes, I call it Mission Control Center. However, the majority of the time, I am adding work from my Google Drive. So I create work directly in my Google Drive, and then I attach it from here. In this example, this is just a student essay. In this case, what I do a lot of times is I just make a totally blank Google Doc with nothing on it. I title it essay assignment, and then I add it to the assignment, and it's just like giving them a blank piece of paper to write on. There's a couple different ways that they can interact with this assignment. In this drop-down menu, the first one is that they can view the file, meaning they can look at it. It says if you held a poster up to them and said, read this, but don't touch it. The bottom, you can make a copy for each student. This is as if you took, something you had printed and finished, went to the copy machine and made a copy for each one of them and handed it out. You cannot make changes to it after you've made a copy because you've already kind of given them their own version. Or you can have students edit the file. This means that it is the one file and they're all going to be able to work on it together. So that's as if you took a big piece of poster paper, put it down in front of a group, and they all grabbed a pen and were writing on it together. Edit file is really cool. With a whole class, it can get kind of crazy. So I definitely recommend using this for small group work. Small group work is really easy in Google Classroom. If you turn your attention towards this right column, and on the far side where it says all students, if you click that, you can unselect all the students in your current class and then just choose the ones who you want to receive this assignment. So I could choose the first 5 students, assign this to them, and then we already saw how you can go and reuse a post. I would go reuse post, attach a new doc for them to work on, because remember, whatever you give them, if you're allowing them to edit it, they're going to be able to write all over that. So you would make a new doc for the second group of students, add, edit file, unselect all of them, and then you go to the next 5 down. It does take a little bit of time to set up, but I kind of just equate it to like going to the copy machine and making those copies and piling them into piles. It's just the kind of tech version of that. This is also really good for differentiating work. If you have students you need to make accommodations for, you can post one assignment to the whole class except these 3 people. And then you can reuse the post, change the instruction slightly or change the assignment slightly, and then post it again for just those 3 people. So great for group work, great for differentiating work.